going on, everybody? How is everybody doing today? Welcome here today to a reaction to Bleacher Report's staff making their 2021 NBA free agency and trade market prediction. So yeah, like always, if you do enjoy these videos, feel free to drop a thumbs up. I'd really appreciate it if you do, and you can let me know down below what you agree with, what you disagree with what Bleacher Report says, and I'll also be going with my opinion at each one of their predictions. Do I agree with it? Could I see it happening, or do I not see it at all? And like always, I will leave a link in the description to the article. Gotta give credit where credit is due. So without further ado, let's get into this. So the first prediction they have is a banana boat reunion in LA. All right. I don't think that means Chris Paul, or yeah, he's part of the, no, he's not part of, yeah, no, he is part of the banana boat. I don't think Bosch was. Yeah, it was Wade, Melo, LeBron, and Paul. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, after the Russell Westbrook blockbuster, the possibility of Chris Paul to the Lakers is dead. But yeah, they think Melo is going to be coming back to the Lakers. I could maybe see it. I honestly think Melo, he's like, I mean, I'm sure he wants to win a ring, and I know he probably knows if he goes back to Portland, it's just not happening next year. But if Melo does, then he doesn't really care about the ring at this point. He's really just giving, or he's showing loyalty to the team that gave him a shot or that second chance when no other team was, for whatever reason, because he's still a solid player in this league. But hey, he could want to go live in LA, play with his buddy LeBron, and that I could definitely see that happening. So I wouldn't say this is not going to happen. I wouldn't say it's going to happen. I'd say there's a 50% chance this happening. I don't think Melo goes anywhere else unless the team overpays for him. So it's really going to be the Lakers or the Portland Trailblazers, in my opinion, next year. And I would give it a 50-50 shot, because if he goes to the Lakers, maybe they use their mid-level exception on him, which they could, I think, do. And he might take that like a 1 year, like $8 million deal, because I don't think he would. I think he'd rather go to Portland on like a $10 million a year for 1 year, $8 million a year for 1 year, than go play for the minimum in LA. Just seems like what Melo's doing at this point. Next up, Lonzo Ball back in New Orleans after all. I could see this happening. I think there's also like a 50-50 chance. I really think it comes down to the Pelicans getting Kyle Lowry or not. I think it's going to be Kyle Lowry, and if they don't get Kyle Lowry, it's going to be Lonzo Ball. They're not going to just, I think, let him go for anything. Yes, there could be a sign and trade involved. Maybe if it's the Bulls, it involves Markkanen or Kobe White. If it's the Knicks, it involves Toppin and a first. I don't know, but I could see. I really think it's going to be either the Pelicans get Kyle Lowry and they let Lonzo walk, or they bring back Lonzo Ball after all. I don't think it'll really be a sign and trade, because I think they want to make the playoffs next year, and not having Lowry or Lonzo, I don't think there's a shot they make it. So yeah, I think there's a good chance he goes back to the Pels. I think it's a 50-50 chance too. Are the Pelicans going to get Kyle Lowry? Because that really affects this impact of the signing here. Next up, we have Spencer Dinwiddie signing trades at the Wizards. I actually was going to put Dinwiddie as a Wizards team in my free agency prediction video, but I ended up going with Devontae Graham, because they're going to look at that starting point guard spot next year. I don't think it's going to be Aaron Holiday. They're going to have enough money to go after like a Schroeder or a Dinwiddie or a D Rose or a Lonzo Ball or something like that. I'm just saying, right? So I really think it's going to be one of those veteran point guards, or like Devontae Graham. But I could definitely see Dinwiddie going there on like a 2-year deal. They'll still be semi-competitive next year. He might cost a little bit less than some of the other point guards in the open market. Yeah, with his injury last year. And I think he's going to be a good signing. I think like the Wizards should definitely go after him. Give him a 3-year deal. Like I said, I could see him going to the Knicks on a 2-year deal, like a 1 year maybe prove it deal, show everybody that he can still ball, bet on himself, and then get that multi-year long contract next year if there's really not a lot of teams going after him. Because I think there will be some more teams with cap space to give him a deal that he would like in next year compared to this year. I think this year it's really only the Wizards, the Knicks, the Mavericks, the Spurs, and maybe one or two other teams like Miami in there, but I don't think Miami's going after Spencer Dinwiddie. So I could see it happening, and it's sign and trade. I wonder who gets sent. Yeah, I guess that would be smart for the Nets, because I really don't think they would. I'd rather play the odds with DJ Claxton and Sharp, or Claxton and Sharp, one of them balls out, then go after Montrezl Harrell. But I would like to see KCP on the Nets. That would be nice for them, getting that 3-and-D. That would be very useful. Chris Paul returns to the Suns. Yeah, I think this is a given. I don't see Chris Paul signing with the New York Knicks. I don't see him signing with the Miami Heat. I don't see him signing with the Dallas Mavericks, even though Chris Paul and Luka would be kind of filthy. I don't even think they can create that much cap to get him. They would have to move Powell and Kleba, etc., and probably not bring back THJ, because they're paying Porzingis, and the Mavericks got to make a move, because they're going to have to pay Luka Doncic 30-something mil a year in a couple weeks. So, yeah, they got to go after somebody this offseason before, or while they have that max slot available, or Coach Stewart. But, yeah, I see Chris Paul returning to the Suns. I think Robert Sarver will pay the luxury tax, because They got to re-sign Paul. They got to give DeAndre Ayton and Mikal Bridges their rookie extensions because it's time for those 2018 draft class players to get those. And I think he's going to bring back Campaign, or at least I would think the front office would want to. But I see him going back there. I guess, the Knicks are the most likely team, but he probably wants a 3-year deal. I don't think the Knicks would be giving him a 3-year deal. Kyle Lowry lands in Miami. Okay, so there has been a report about this so far, that they are picking up the team option on Goran Dragic in a potential sign and trade with the Toronto Raptors. And honestly, getting Dragic, instead of losing nothing for Kyle Lowry, is not bad for the Raptors because they're going to be trying to make the playoffs next year. And they could use another backcourt guy with Gary Trent, with Fred VanVleet, and Malachi Flynn. And Kyle Lowry in Miami, I don't think makes them a finals favorite or Eastern Conference favorite, but it definitely puts them closer to that Bucks, Sixers, Nets tier. And you could even think that the Heat, because you got the Bucks up there because they're the reigning NBA champions. You're going to have the Nets up there because of how talented their roster is. And then honestly, I think the Heat could be just as good as Philadelphia if they go out and get Kyle Lowry. They're able to keep Duncan Robinson. I don't know if Tyler Hero would have to be in a sign and trade because that would mean Toronto would be like, okay, we're going to make them better when we're trying to do well in the Eastern Conference. So, this can't get done without maybe a sign and trade. I think now that they picked up, definitely now that they picked up the team option on Goran Dragic due to, the huge Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo contract. But yes, he is right. He would be a perfect fit, and it could happen. It really depends, I guess, if a sign and trade can be put in place, and will the Pelicans offer him maybe another year more money, or Dallas will, or somebody like that. Kawhi Leonard opts in, extends with Clippers. Yeah, I think he's staying with the Clippers. No way he leaves. We just don't know if he's going to opt in, maybe wait the year, then get the extension after another year of NBA eligibility, where he can get signed even a bigger max contract, or he just signs that max after opting in this year. But I think that's a given. I think him and Chris Paul are definitely going back to their former team. So I would say that, the most likely things of these happening so far is Chris Paul going back to the Suns, Kawhi opting in. I would say Kyle Lowry landing in... No, I'm going to say Melo in LA, Kyle Lowry landing in Miami, and then the Dinwiddie sign and trade to the Wizards. Next up, we have let's see, John Collins signs a max contract. Okay, this is via the offer sheet. Yeah, this is one of them. Is this re-signing with the Hawks, or you just think a team's going to... Okay, so the OKC Thunder also have cap space. I forgot to mention them before. Yeah, I could see the Spurs giving him a max contract. I feel like that's just a Spurs move. They can roll with Vassell and Keldon Johnson mainly Johnson at their 3, Collins at the 4, figure out Pirtle and somebody else at the 5, and I think they would go after Collins, and then we'll see if Atlanta wants to pony up their checkbook because they're gonna have to sign Trae Young, like I mentioned before, with DeAndre Ayton, Bridges, Luka. A lot of money in a couple weeks. So are they going to pony up all that money, go after Trae? If they do, and Collins, Herter's probably gone. Reddish is going to get traded. So Atlanta has some big decisions to make in these next couple of weeks and even days. But it's at least a little bit better for them now that they made the Eastern Conference Finals, because if they just didn't make the playoffs and then they had to figure this out, it'd be a little bit rough. Portland pays Norman Powell major money. I could see that. He'll probably make close to $20 million a year, I would say. Landing north of a $20 million salary. He's probably going to point out Joe Harris last year, getting $19 million from the Nets, and say, I'm a better player than Joe Harris. I want more than $19 million, and he has a credible argument. So I think he will be going back to the Blazers, especially if the Blazers want to keep Damian Lillard happy and want to at least contend next year. I mean, the West is going to be wide open. I guess we'll see what happens with the Lakers, though. It depends on the Lakers because they're going to definitely be the favorite. And with Kawhi Leonard hurt and possibly coming back, they're up in the air. And the Suns, they're good, but they're beatable. Jazz are good and beatable. Nuggets are good, but beatable. It really just comes down to the Lakers. Can the Portland Trailblazers construct a roster that could beat them in a 7-game playoff series? I don't know. We got to see what they do with CJ McCollum. And then finally, Evan Fournier priced out of Boston to the Knicks. The Knicks aren't, I think, giving out more than 1-year major contracts. So prediction to the Knicks on a 3 or $55 million deal, that's almost $18 million, or a little bit above $18 million. I don't think the Knicks give them that 3 years. They're going to be looking, I think, at Lonzo Ball. They're going to be looking at Dinwiddie, maybe Schroeder on a 1-year deal, but I don't think the Knicks are giving out multi-year contracts because they want to sign that big fish next year or the year after. So, yeah, that's going to be for me. I hope you guys did enjoy. Drop a like if you did. Let me know what you thought down below with what I said and with what they said. hope you guys enjoy like the free agency content that's going to be coming out these next couple of days. I'm excited. I hope you are. Free agents can start signing tomorrow at 6 o'clock Eastern time, and then we'll probably see a lot of deals then. And then it's official, I think, on Friday, August 6th at 12:01. So yeah, thank you for watching. Love you guys. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.